Well, good morning everyone. So Mike is back, our resident builder, and he's getting the shed looking pretty good, but we'll have a look at that once it's done. And look, now it's raining, so it's going to look a little bit weird on the video, and that is because when I was editing I had a few clips that didn't work, the sound didn't work. I've got something wrong with the microphone, so you will hear it as a little bit crackly later on, but if you persevere, I have ordered a new one, so hopefully that should be arriving very soon, which should fix the problem. But what's happening in today's video is that I'm dehorning the calves. So these girls, I haven't fed them this morning. You can't feed them without 4 hours of dehorning. So the girls are coming at 11 to do it. I could have done them before 7, but I'm milking then, so I didn't have a chance. So they're only getting one feed today, but they should be all right. I'm also trying something a little bit different this year, and that is doing the whole lot. So I've got 80 calves. They're in 2 mobs. There is 38 in the shed here, and there's 42 over in the paddock. What usually happens is that I do one mob and then I'll do the other one in say a week or 2 later, but you can't dehorn in the rain, so it's awesome having covered sheds now so I can do them in any weather. Same with those ones. I'm going to run them into the shed down there, and it's good too because I can get it over and done with in one day. It's all sorted, I don't need to get them back, so it's just ease of management. Everything's had their falling asleep injection. Really doesn't take them long to get a bit wobbly. Look at that. Should start to sit down pretty soon. Follow me around, try and space them out a bit. There you go, there's one down. These ones are out to it, almost. Might just move these couple so they're not lying on each other. There you go. Only a couple left. Everything's out to it now. And Kylie's just given them a bit of local, which sort of numbs the area. 2 squirts, 2 injections. Yeah. The girls are about halfway, or getting close to being halfway done over there, so what I'm going to do is the ones that are here in the paddock, I haven't fed them either, so hopefully they're going to follow me, and I'm going to walk into the shed here and they should follow me in, and then Dad's down here, should be coming to give me a hand soon, but he is just going to stand here and then shut the gates behind them. It's just easier to do them in the shed because you can sort of get them a bit tighter and jab them. You could do them in the paddock, but I don't know, you have to get the feeder in there I guess and go around and do them, but I just find it this way is easier. Well, there's no problem of them wanting to follow me. They're pretty hungry, so they're bowling me out of the way. Right, Dad's waiting there now, so I think they're all here. Well, you should be able to just jump over the gate, push that gate shut. They'll follow me right in there, I'd say. Come on, get. I'd hide behind the shed though. Come on in. Come on. Come on in. Come on, get. Hopefully it works. Come on in. Come on. Come on, get. They're all here except for one. some light in there. There is one still out here though. So hopefully I can get it to suck my fingers, or we'll catch it in the corner. Something like that. Oh, very. They're all in there now. So when they were smaller, I did have the odd one get through there, but I think they'll be alright now. I might get a little bit of wire and tie that up. Well, the first pen's all done. It's smoking through it. There's only 19 in each. Well, I got my bit of wire, but I can see that there's one out in the paddock there, which is a little bit annoying. How'd you get out, Missy? It would have been through there. Back you go. It's definitely not the prettiest patch-up job in the world, but that will do. Probably doesn't help there's such a big gap there too. They could get under there if they were sitting down. Hopefully no more get out. Round 2. You guys did the first mob in like, what, half an hour maybe?
Yeah, probably.
Flew through it. It's so amazing how quick this stuff works. They're already fallen over. That needs done. Not too good. Few still up. You're getting wobbly. So this year I did try something a little bit different, and I did use a bit of pole genetics when I was mating, and I wasn't sure what calves they were because we just got heaps in a day, but this one here hasn't got any nubs, so we'll leave it. We won't do it. It must be one of them. And was it that one? No, that one's got a nub. This one, eh? Yeah. And that one there, there's actually another one too, but so there's just nothing there, so don't have to dehorn them. And there was another one too somewhere in here. So that's really cool to see that coming through. So once they're asleep, the first step, give them a bit of local so they can't feel anything. And now take the butt off, just like that. And then that's what's left, so just 2 holes, no horn will grow there now. And then roll her out to it. It's a good chance to give them a 10 and 1 as well. So now just checking for 5th teats. Everything looks pretty good. And this blue stuff's just a antibacterial spray, I guess you could describe it as. Keep everything nice and clean, sterile. Awesome, thank you very much. Smoked through it in an hour, really, by the time you got set up, eh?
Yeah, 18.
The A team, definitely the A team. Go and check on these girls, they should be starting to wake up. There's a few that look a little bit lively, but I'll leave them in here for another hour or 2. They also got a jab of Metacam, so I don't think I've done that in the past, but it's just like a pain relief for the next sort of couple of days. But what I'll do is I'll leave them here. I am feeding these calves twice a day, so they didn't get their feed this morning. I'll just give them a little bit more this afternoon and that'll do them, and then they'll go back to twice a day tomorrow. Oh, there's a few walking around now. Well, I've just been in for a little bit of lunch, so I've given those calves about an hour and a half, and I'm going to go and check up on them. I can see that the ones we did, which were in the paddock here, a lot of them are back out there now, so they must have woken up. They certainly sound pretty hungry, and I will feed them very soon. Just give them a little bit longer. But it's good to see them out there walking around. I don't know how many are left in the shed here. Oh, there's only a few. That's alright, they're all awake. They sound very hungry indeed, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed out to my cows, probably put them on the feed pad. I need to get through the feed pad to feed these girls, so I'll probably give them another hour just to sort of get their wits about them, those couple that are still in the shed. Give them a little bit more time to sort of come back round, but it's a pretty big procedure and it does take a while for them to sort of, or it to wear off. So they're looking pretty good though, and happy again. But it's great to get that job out of the day, so I'm just so glad I got both of them done, or all of the calves done in one go. It just makes it so much easier not having to give them, well, for them to come back again and do another lot. Well, they're sounding very happy too, but they're up and about as well, so it's good to see. I think they'll be right. I'll probably feed out, then feed these girls. Those two shouldn't be in there, but there are massive big holes in this hedge, so I can see how they get through. Watch out. Come on girls, get out of the way you. Come on, out of the way. Couple of cows here on heat. It's good to see this time of the year. Oh, hey you, 297. Come on, go and have a feed. Come on you. Bullcock's not broken. Shouldn't be at this time of the year. How are you going to get out? Yeah. You really need to just go under the wire, girl. Hopefully she just goes under the end and straight up. That wire's high enough she could. Please. No. But these are the holes, so there is a couple of wires in there sort of low, but there's definitely a hole that they can get through, but I don't think they've got through there. I think they've jumped over this fence, which needs sorting then, because that's barbed wire and it's going to rip some teats if they keep doing that. So what I want to do is rip this whole hedge line out down to the corner there. The problem being though is it's not quite as easy as ripping it out and putting it back, is because there is actually a water line that runs through this hedge, yep, right through the middle of it. So, oh, you're back again, girl. So what I've got to do is sort of pull the hedge out, re-fence it, and then I've got to run or trench another water line in. So it's a little bit bigger job than sort of I'd like, but I'll get there one day. It is sort of on the sort of urgent list to do, but if I can fix this up, I'll just have to whack some waratahs and make it a little bit higher. That's really not what I want to happen, so that needs fixing ASAP, because like I said, she will definitely rip a teat going over there. It's happened before. I did have a fence over there by the hay barn that was low like that and had a couple of cows jump it and their teat ends got ripped, so that doesn't happen anymore because that's a new fence, but that needs looking at pronto. Alright girlies, time for some dinner. They're all up. That's good to see. Oh, it really peeves me off about that cow. It's not like there was short of grass that she needed to jump over. I've never actually had one jump over there, but probably does need fixing right away. I might just run a hot wire along that hedge line then. Maybe that's the easiest thing to do. These girls usually get 4 litres a day, 2 in the morning, 2 at night, easy. So what I might do is just give them 3 and then they can go back to having 4 again tomorrow. I'll leave them to it. I'll come back later once they're finished. I'm going to go and let these cows go. They can suckle on the teats once they're done and I'll pull them out later on. They've got a bit of a hike tonight, so they're coming from all the way down at the feed pad, up the hill here. They've got to go right around the top, past the cow shed, and then into number 1, which is right there. But we call them the party paddocks because they're right next to the cow shed, so you get to sleep in the morning when the cows are here, because they sort of only takes them a couple of minutes to go straight there instead of walking them from 20 minutes or half an hour down the back. I need to get the girls out to dehorn a couple of cows like that one. So she's got horns. She must have got missed at some point because she's never done. The horns are growing out. Oh, I need to go and open that gate up there. Check this out though, I just spotted it before. When I went to open the gate, seen these broken eggs down here. And they're not chicken eggs. Those are duck eggs. So this is where mother duck would have been nesting, just in there. There's no eggs in there. I think what's happened though is that they've probably hatched and walked down, because the duck pond's only probably like 150 metres down the hill there, as you can see. So I have seen a duck swimming around on the pond with a few ducklings, and that's where she probably was nesting. So that's pretty cool. Well, they're all happy, they got a teat each, so I'll just go and check there's none in the shed still that haven't come out. Probably could have just counted them, but it's just as easy to have a look in here. No, none there, so that's awesome. Why don't you two go? Well, they'll be much happier now that they got full tummies again. Well, the weather's not quite as nice as the other day when we dehorned them, but last year I put up the dehorning video and it got about 250,000 views, so it was pretty amazing. But there's a few things that I sort of amazed me more, was that how many people thought it was cruel. And I personally think that putting them out or putting them to sleep and then using local is the easiest way and less stressful way on these calves. It's unfortunately a process that we have to do because it's sort of a health and safety issue around not just us but other cows too. So some cows can be really nasty with their horns, and if they're sharp they can potentially gore other cows and it could be fatal. I remember when I was little, Dad got a horn through his hand. I can't remember how old I must have been about 5, but I remember going to A&E with him and he got it stitched up. Eventually though, I think we will get to the stage where we don't have to dehorn the calves at all. And by that I mean that all our dairy cattle in New Zealand will be polled. We do have beef breeds around at the moment which are like Angus and Hereford, so they weren't naturally born without horns, they've just been polled over time. Probably, I think it was like the 1880s that they started doing it, and there hasn't been the biggest emphasis on it to do it with dairy cattle. But I do believe that we are getting that way now, and I'm pretty sure that the breeding companies are looking more heavily into it now. We probably won't be there in the next 10 years. This is just what I'm guessing or my opinion, but I'm thinking maybe in about the 20 years we'll sort of be at that stage where we won't have to do this job at all, which will be nice. It's a bit of a time saver and also a cost saver as well. But that'll pretty much do it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and like always, give it a like, that'd be awesome. I'm going to get out of this rain, and I'll see you next time.